Coming up on Vegas Nation Blitz, the Raiders are back from their bye week. The final stretch of the season begins with a visit from the Vikings. With 5 games remaining, can the Raiders make a playoff push? Vegas Nation Blitz starts now.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Blitz. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
Good evening, everyone. Leandre Fox here. Thank you so much for tuning into a fresh Vegas Nation Blitz. The Raiders had their bye week last week, and so did we. And now the Silver and Black are back on the grind, getting ready for the last 5 games of the season. And first up on the team standing in front of them are the Minnesota Vikings. The Raiders will be all over the place for the remainder of the season, hosting the Vikings Sunday, the Chargers next Thursday, and heading to Kansas City for Christmas and Indy for New Year's Eve, before closing the season out with a home game against the Broncos. Let's go ahead and bring in Review-Journal sports columnist Sam Gordon here now. And Sam, we're at the part of the season where things begin to wrap up. Playoff spots are being secured, and we're not only looking towards the postseason and at the Super Bowl, we're looking at the offseason as well. So first, before we get there, I want to ask you, as we look at the remaining schedule, Sam, how can the Silver and Black make their way into the playoffs?
Well, Dre, you take a look at where they're at right now, right? 12th in the AFC standings. There's 11 teams ahead of them that are at least 6-6 or better. So you figure you're going to need some help along the way, and there's a logjam in there for those last couple of wild card spots. When you take a look at the Raiders' schedule, tough sledding, tough games, certainly not impossible, but to me, it looks like, Dre, they're going to have to at least go 4-1, potentially 5-0, run the slate in order to make the playoffs, and that starts with improving their offense, right? We talked about it over and over again this season. This offense can't seem to score more than 17 points. Scored 17 points in the loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, and averaging around 17 points this season, only scored more than 21. So the defense going to have to play a lot better than it did against the Kansas City Chiefs, but they've shown those capabilities, Dre, throughout the course of the season. Can they get their offense on track and reel off 5 straight victories? Doesn't seem likely, but that's why they play the games. I think that's what it's going to require for the Raiders to make the playoffs.
Well, Sam, as we look beyond the playoffs and the postseason, we're going to start looking at the offseason as well, like I mentioned. And you wrote in the Review-Journal this week about a couple of prospects that the Raiders should be keeping an eye out on as the draft season moves forward. So, Sam, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you give me one player that the Raiders scouting department should be key on?
Well, I think, Dre, it's prudent if the Raiders look at quarterback, right? Aiden O'Connell has shown some things during his rookie season, but I don't think we've seen franchise quarterback yet. He's still auditioning the last 5 games. We'll see how that goes, but it would be prudent for the Raiders to consider maybe moving up a quarterback or taking a quarterback if they stay at number 10 where they are right now. If they pivot and don't go quarterback, give Aiden O'Connell or bring in a veteran another year. How about Kool-Aid McKinstry, the cornerback out of Alabama, right? Big, physical, opposing quarterbacks hardly even targeting him. The Raiders have had issues on the perimeter throughout the course of the season. I think Kool-Aid McKinstry is the class of a talented cornerback class that includes Nate Wiggins out of Clemson and, of course, Cooper DeJean out of Iowa as well. So if you don't go quarterback, and there's going to be, it's a deep class, cornerback looks to be the play.
Well, if you guys want to learn more of those players that Sam wrote about in the Review-Journal, you can check that out at vegasnation.com. Sam, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Drew. I appreciate you.
Now let's check in on some of the Raiders' statistical leaders after the bye week. 3. Robert Spillane leads the team with 3 interceptions. He also leads in 3 categories, also having the most total tackles and solo tackles. 6. Jacoby Myers leads the Raiders with 6 receiving touchdowns. 11.5. Max Crosby has 11.5 sacks so far this season. He is 1 away from tying his career high and 1 away from getting his 50th career sack. 1 more and he becomes just 1 of 5 players in Raiders history to reach the 50 sack mark. 46.2. AJ Cole is having a monster season. He leads the NFL in net yards per punt with 46.2, giving the defense great field position. 55. Robert Spillane's number of solo tackles, just over half of his 105 total tackles this season.
D&R House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler, the perfect bridge between internet pricing and a traditional brick-and-mortar jewelry store. We specialize in loose diamonds, natural and lab-grown, engagement rings, fashion jewelry, custom design, and jewelry repairs. We operate by appointment in our beautiful offices in the One Summerlin building, downtown Summerlin. Our great relationships with the world's largest diamond wholesalers and our low overhead saves you hundreds, if not thousands, on your purchase.
was accomplished for you on the bye week? Was it rest? Was it refocusing? Were you self-scouting?
Keep going. Keep talking to me. It was everything. Reflection, self-scout, preparation, rest. Probably one of the best times for us. You know, you wish it wasn't that late, but then the way everything worked out this year, it was a benefit for the Raiders.
Yeah, me and my wife took a little trip. We went up actually by where Andre James is from, up in Utah, and so it's fun to be up there. Dre was telling me about some restaurants and stuff that I missed that I will have to go back and check out. But it was fun to get away from it a little bit and recharge.
You obviously want to keep your mind on the main thing, but I like to, take a few days or however long you get off and just kind of step away from it for a little bit and just enjoy some family time and all of that type of stuff that, it's obviously real late in the season too. It's just something that's kind of rare for teams to have a bye this late. Not rare for the Raiders though, but yeah, so it's good for me to step away, golf a little bit, maybe just unwind.
And that will do it for this episode of Vegas Nation Blitz. Thank you all so much for watching. For all the fast takes and smart coverage, please check out VegasNation.com as our team gets you ready for the final stretch of the season and beyond. For the rest of our crew, I'm Leandre Fox, and we will see you on Saturday morning for Vegas Nation Game Day.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Blitz. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.